for transracially adopted people, it can be a triggering thing. We've always been so hyper visible in our families, in our communities growing up, that it can come as a surprise, I guess, the additional visibility that comes with a memoir. Hi, I'm Jenny Heijun Wills, and my book's entitled Older Sister, Not Necessarily Related, a memoir. So, when I was doing my thesis at Laurier, I was writing about literary representations of transracial and transnational Asian adoption. And that continued in my academic career for the first several years, doing literary analysis of those kinds of texts. There are a lot of ways that I saw myself in the stories that I was analyzing. Those writers, those poets, those playwrights, those novelists, those memoirists inspired me to have the courage to say something as well. It's not necessarily the easiest thing to be analyzing on the one hand, but then also being in conversation with texts that evoke intense emotional responses. But the foundation had been laid, and I was able to see what important things had been said already and where I could be part of that discourse. I wanted to truthfully represent these experiences from my perspective of adoption reunion, because I think that so often we're given a sort of packaged, comfortable story about what transnational and transracial adoption looks like. And while there are positive elements to it and pieces to celebrate, it's not necessarily so simple. And I wanted to honestly demonstrate from what I think is my unique experience, just how complicated it can be. I chose to tell this story through vignettes or short little snapshots of memory because I think for me, memory has always functioned in this way. Small patches of something that can maybe be woven together into something whole, but that could also be reassembled and made into something new. And I also wanted to reiterate the reality that for a lot of adopted people, there isn't a singular narrative or singular truth that we ever get about ourselves. And so it's always this exercise in putting together a puzzle of one's identity. The writing of the book, and the reviewing and editing and publishing and touring of the book has really been supported by writers of color, other queer writers in Canada who have really been a lifeline for me.